So we're going to be getting into FFRPro versus Ruunix now. This is the loser's semi-side match.
And one thing we'll definitely see from FFRPro is very fast 4-wide setups, as he is notorious for.
Yeah, I'm acutely aware of how quickly Thomas, or I should say FFRPro, can play. Me and him played quite a few matches last time we were around, and I think I won like 2 out of 40. Alright, so Ruunix with an interesting build on his side, actually, over here with these blues. Going for a small chain at the top.
Gonna settle just a little bit just to cancel it out. See what he does to set up his combo here.
And as you predicted, FFRPro immediately going for the fast 4-wide.
Absolutely.
8 seconds in with a full 4-wide setup. Nice turn there. And see, this is where it gets interesting. A standard build can become very stressful very quick if you're not able to answer these combos and cancel out that garbage. See how quickly the garbage stacked up on Ruunix's side when FFRPro decided to start triggering those single-line combos like that.
And Ruunix able to actually get his GTR setup done. It was just unfortunately not big enough to counter all the damage.
Yeah, and that's where speed really plays a huge part in this, you know? Where if your opponent's able just to build faster than you, I mean, that's almost the meta. Just how quickly you can get something set up.
And FFRPro cleaning up that match right there. Yeah, certainly, as you were saying, one of the biggest things is build speed, but it's also a lot of strategy. You need versatility in your build. You need to observe what your opponent's doing. You need to know what's a good time to harass, how many Puyos you can lose while still maintaining enough power to counter. A lot of people compare it to a fighting game, and I think it's a very fair comparison.
Oh yeah, I think absolutely. There's a level of that you have to play the game, and tech skill is absolutely a requirement. But there's almost an element of not just playing the game, but playing your opponent. Where you have to acknowledge what strategies are going to work well and which ones won't versus them. You know, like in this case, a 4-wide versus a standard build in Tetris, it takes much longer to build a Tetris than it does to clear single lines.
Absolutely. And as you saw there, FFRPro getting really lucky with that Tetris RNG, able to dig himself out of that 5-chain that Ruunix had sent him.
Yeah, he had a fortunate, I think he had either 3 or 4 in the garbage in the well there. Like I said, your garbage can be your best friend sometimes if it happens to give you that lucky lined up well like that. As you can see, the rest of his garbage currently was not like that, so if he had continued that pressure, it might have been a little harder to deal with next time. But FFR going to clutch that one out again. Going to start Tetris this time. This should be more interesting. Both previous starts were Puyo, so I'm wondering if FFR is going to choose to start his 4-wide in this one, because he can build fast enough to do that, or if he's going to try to wait and try to compensate maybe for the Puyo side.
Looks like he's going straight for the 4-wide again, but it looks like he's actually he's doing an interesting setup here.
Is he going to end the 4-wide with a Tetris? Oh, he should have. It would have been
cool.
Oh,
that's perfect.
Yeah.
So he's using a swap combo strategy here where he ends with a Tetris to get some quick damage on the other opponent's Puyo side.
He could have pushed that piece down a little further. I think he was worried that he might drop it down too far for it to reach the swap timer like that. Still going to be mildly effective, but again, like I said, the piece taking too long to drop down, and Ruunix is actually able to kind of cancel it out.
Definitely, and you see FFRPro here was able to counter all of that damage that he got sent there.
He's going to push this down, kind of covered up his hole here, but there we go. Nice clear. Looks like Ruunix actually kind of in a weird spot now. Going to go for the T-spin. Excellent move on his side. Trying to push his stack down. FFR having a huge well in his garbage if he's able to dig down to it actually right now.
He's going to have some trouble with that O piece in there, I think. But
yeah. Especially the 2 on the left side covering his Tetris board too. Ooh, yeah, those yellows, very unfortunate on FFRPro's side right there. Not going to be able to dig down to it. He needs to stall. Yep, he's going to stall, and I don't know if he's going to be able to survive this here. Maybe if he starts.
Yeah, he is.
There we go. Needs to dig down immediately to that left side. He needs to clear.
He's getting really unfortunate luck on these pieces, but he's able to get the Tetris at the last minute.
And again, Ruunix speed being just slow enough for him to be able to do something like that. He's to push that piece down, and now
he's gonna
is
stall
he gonna
it.
take the garbage on this side? I think that was a bad decision. I don't think he thought about that.
I
But
don't know
anyway.
if he had a way out of that one.
Yeah. Ruunix gonna clutch that game out though, able to take one away. Similar to our last match that we saw between BB and Poochie, where Thomas going up immediately 2 over Ruunix, and Ruunix able to get 1. We'll see if Ruunix makes a run for the reverse sweep, but it'll be very hard.
I'm sorry, we're seeing a DT cannon, which is not a setup we've seen yet.
That's with the where you set up multiple T-spins in a row.
Yes, so it's basically a double T-spin into a triple T-spin to get that back-to-back triple bonus. And that, obviously, you saw how much damage that did to FFRPro's side there.
Hence the name DT Cannon, which I believe stands for double and triple, right?
Yeah, double triple cannon.
Okay, so FFRPro able to clear out a lot of that garbage with that long clear there, but didn't really trigger anything on that side. They build back up here. Ooh, I was gonna say FFR kind of painting himself into a hole there. While you obviously get more clear points for a deeper clear with more lines at the same time, it's important to factor in that if you build that way, that it can cause difficulties because it narrows the amount of pieces that you can use to actually get clears. So it's kind of a gambit that you play with Tetris that you can try to clear more lines at once, but then you're also relying on the correct pieces coming in for you to be able to make that kind of move.
Yeah,
Similar to Poyo, you know, with your trigger, if your trigger's the wrong color, and you don't get that color that you need, you're wasting time.
And unfortunately, it's looking like if Ruunix has any sort of damage on his field when they swap over, or if he gets an unfortunate piece, this match is going to be over.
Those blues are poking right up into that hole, yeah.
And there it is.
He's trying to spin, gets a clear.
He got it!
He might have something. Oh, he
no!
tries to spin the L piece into the gap and just barely misdrops. It gets to those high pressure situations, so FFR is going to take that first set and immediately into the next one here. So we're going to see the 4 wide here, again from FFR side, immediately building up these 3 stacks on each side. We're going to see another DT cannon on Ruunix's side, looking for those T pieces. Swaps in the first T piece. Here comes the second. Very nicely done.
Yeah, fortunately, FFRPro was able to start doing some clears there, so we didn't actually take the full brunt of that attack.
Well, it's important to mention how powerful T-spins are. You know, the amount of points, I believe, I don't know if it's in this game, but I know in other games, a T-spin is worth a similar amount of points to an actual Tetris.
Yes, and actually a DT cannon gives you the back-to-back T-spin triple bonus, and that's actually way more than a Tetris.
Yeah, so in way that translates into garbage versus your opponent is even more damage than the Tetris. So that's really important to factor in there, that's such a powerful move in that setup. While it takes time and skill to execute, if you can do it quickly enough, it was even able to cancel out Thomas's combo, like you said there.
And unfortunately for Ruunix, FFRPro just, with that killer combo, he wasn't able to do much about it. Oh, and we see an all clear here.
Great awareness from both of them doing the exact same movements there.
A lot of people elect to actually take the chain there instead. And Ruunix there, able to counter that.
Very interesting difference with the all clears on these guys versus what we saw with BB and Poochie in the previous match, where BB and Poochie obviously knew like the amount of power they could have with that, and they chose not to pop it as early. But I don't know if it was triggered by one of them popping it and the other one said, I gotta do it. I wasn't paying attention to who triggered it first.
Yeah, often it's really just kind of awareness on what's going on. And you also want to make sure that you can build in a way that if your opponent all of a sudden pops that all clear, that you're able to do the same rather quickly.
Yeah, you don't want to take that garbage on top of whatever you're building, especially if your opponent allows you to build higher, and then you take that all clear damage from a short combo, and then they can, you know, just harass you that quickly, and then you can't get to yours, and then you sit on an all clear and die like Poochie did.
looks like FFRPro is gonna actually stall that over so that he could take the damage on his Tetris side.
Well, I think he was hoping that he'd be able to handle the combo, and I think he just didn't get the pieces he needed. Very unfortunate.
See, he got the Z pieces, and the Z pieces kind of were not there.
Yeah, they're hard to work with because they're one of the that and the square piece. They're harder to stretch across 3 block length compared to a lot of the other pieces. And in fact, the block can't, you know. So it's interesting when you try to fit a S or a Z piece into a 3 block length like that and get that clear, and you just can't sometimes.
A little bit of messy building on Ruunix2's side there.
Yeah, that hole that he built. Mm-hmm. That block and that L piece there on top of those S pieces is going to be a very strange clear. He does have the parts of the DT cannon set up over there, though, so maybe he'll be able to work around it. That is a very strange hole to work with, though.
Yeah.
Tom's going to go for the swap combo here, has the 4-wide ready. It's very... I think he might have miscounted Poyos a little bit.
And I'm actually noticing Ruunix set up a very good chain there. A 6 chain, which is going to... If Thomas doesn't clear, he's going to have some trouble getting rid of that.
Yeah, he needs the combo now. Which he handled it pretty well. And again, lucky garbage there. Huge Wells had that 4-piece there, the long bar. And we're going to see Thomas trigger his sandwich combo here for the Poyo side. Going to try to harass him here. That is a massive, massive combo with no answer ready. I think Thomas might have baited him into triggering that combo there so he wouldn't have anything to work with on the Poyo side.
Definitely, and I'm definitely noticing Thomas is very comfortable with stalling and knowing when is a good time to stall. He knows when he's got the combo on the other side and when he can safely stall and take the damage.
Yeah, it's interesting to bring up the fact that you can sometimes stall strategically, not even to just save yourself, but also if you know that you want your opponent to do something and you can take this damage away from them, you're taking one of their tools away later. And in that situation, Ruunix had no Poyos to work with, so when he took that massive combo, he didn't have an answer for the amount of garbage he was coming for. Thomas did have to deal with an amount of that garbage on the Tetris side, but he knew that going in. So
and Ruunix going for a quick kill here.
Yeah, I mean, that's a kill for sure. Ooh. Oh, I got lucky with the garbage stack. What's he gonna do? He's gonna get these clears. This is looking to work out very well. Oh, that huge brain long bar clear. Did you see that?
That was very, very nice.
Wow, what was that, a 15?
Oh, ending with the triple there. I don't think Ruunix can actually do anything about this.
And we're gonna see a Poyo Moon. That's it, folks.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, with the just pure aggression coming from FFR. Massive 15 combo.
Oh, talk about a comeback there.
Yeah.